Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be a quick divine masculine to karmic energy check-in. I know it's been a bit, but here I am, ready to deliver. Also, if you would like, stick around till the end of the reading because I want to pull messages in regards to what your masculine would like to tell you, and also just a quick pull on the overall energy surrounding your connection. So to start off, let's begin. And I've just been feeling, I think for the past 2 days, or even just yesterday, an energy of a realization. And I feel like in the past, the masculines kind of felt that your connection was special, right? But right now, I feel like even I think want to say the past 2 days, right? Just huge realizations and epiphanies of what the connection between you and your masculine actually entails. In other words, I feel like they've come to the realization of who you actually are to them. So if you feel like you are twin flames or you share this deep soulmate connection, I feel like they're starting to understand that this is exactly what that is. No longer denying what the connection that you guys have, but realizing who you truly are in their life. And these epiphanies have came slowly, but I feel like yesterday they actually accepted the truth. Wow, this person and I are actually something different. This connection that we have is otherworldly. It's out of this world is what I'm picking up on. All right. With that being said, I'm going to tap into the energy of, and because these epiphanies have been coming in for them, it's been changing the dynamic around in their karmic connections. I feel I'm hearing stops dead in their tracks is what I just heard. Sorry guys, I'm a little, give me a sec. So good. All right, let's see. All right, so Spirit, what is the overall energy surrounding the masculines in their environmental energy currently? What is the overall energy? Wow, look. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, right? Normally I would read it upright, but fell in the reverse. And Spirit said take it in the reverse. So I'm getting an energy of them feeling stagnant. Like I just said, stop dead in their tracks. I feel like they felt like they were doing the right thing by moving forward in these karmic connections. And it's just like now there's a feeling of stagnancy is what I'm getting. There's a feeling of stagnancy. So look, it says in the upright, positive movement forward. The 8 of Pentacles is a card of mastery. It's a card of working on yourself, right? It's a card of working towards it's the card of the apprentice, right? I feel like, I don't know. You know what? Spirit is just telling me to move on. But the key point is that the movement has stopped. I heard the drive. There's no more drive there. Okay. All right, Spirit. So what is the overall energy of the connections between the masculines and their karmic partners? Wow, look at this. And the deck wants to keep opening up to this heart card, right? The heart chakra. So I feel like the heart, I just heard the heart wants what it wants, right? So these feelings are coming from the heart. They're being guided from the heart. It's funny. In their environmental energy, they're energetically, in their mind, I feel like they're not moving forward, right? And then we have this card in the overall energy of the connection. So this is the 6 of Swords. And normally this is a card of moving from chaos into more peaceful waters. What I'm getting here is that Spirit is drawing my attention to this word down here. It says moving on, right? So I'm getting the sense that they know that it's time to move forward. It's like the change of the seasons is what's drawing this. I feel like, because this is giving me hermit energy. This man right here is giving me the hermit. So I feel like this, even though we are in the dead of winter and it's like we're in a period of like, we should be in a period of solitude, I feel like these masculines have or are experiencing this type of hermity energy, and they've come to these realizations in this solitude where it's like, I'm getting that the heart has been like, this has been heavy on their heart is what I'm feeling, that they know that it's time to move on. And look, it's a 6 and a 10, which I mean a 6 and a 4, which adds up to a 10. And that's the energy of completion. So what I'm getting is that they know that it's time to move forward. All right, Spirit. So what is in the masculine's heart space, their thoughts, I mean their head space and thoughts when it comes to their karmic partners currently? Look at what I just got. The ace of, it says 555. I just saw 555 on the timestamp. So this is the ace of swords. And again, this is the energy of epiphanies. Look at how this person is coming out of, whatchamacallit, they're coming out of the ground, right? So I just heard waking up from the dead. These masculines were half asleep. And that's why they were in and out. Their energies felt like they were coming in and out. They weren't able to make these decisions. And that's why they would continue to go back and forth with these, with the karmic energies. But also it's important to remember that the karmic mirrors back to them the energy that they're in. So what I'm getting is that with this waking up energy, these epiphanies that they're receiving, it's causing them to level up, right? And as they level up, look at that spiritual union at the bottom of the deck. This is the 2 of Cups. It's causing them to be magnetized towards you because you are one. You are them and they are you. So as they level up, they start to realize that they're not resonating with these energies that they're currently surrounding themselves with. And in essence, it's like they start feeling this energy of like, that's where this energy comes in, where they're like stopped dead in their tracks. It's like, I don't want to keep working towards this is what I'm getting. I don't want to keep working towards this. And I also feel like a sense of guilt, like they feel bad for this because it's just like, damn, I feel like I led this person on, but this isn't what I truly want. And I feel like they're battling these people-pleasing tendencies where they're realizing that this is a massive lesson for them, where they're releasing people-pleasing tendencies and they're putting their happiness above anybody else right now. So they're battling with that guilt energy where it's like, when you set boundaries and you feel bad for doing so, but it's the right thing to do. I feel like that's what's going on. All right, so that's in the head space. So what's in the heart space towards these? Look at this. And the deck wanted to open up again to this spiritual union card. They are waking up to the fact, right? Look at how they're taking off the mask. The epiphanies that they're having, right? And like I said, this is all in the mind because I have 3 swords here, right? So in their head space, they're getting these epiphanies. In their heart space, they're waking up. You see how they're wearing green? And this solar plexus energy the solar plexus is the seat of your intuition. It's like your gut instincts, your intuition, right? So their intuition is pulling them towards you, and it's helping them to realize that you are their divine counterpart, that what you have is completely different than anything they've ever experienced with anyone else. And I know I feel like I've said this in the past, but I feel like they're really, really starting to understand these connections now. Because oftentimes in the spiritual path, we have these small awakenings, right? And things change, but it's not like a full-on awakening. What I'm getting is that they're waking up. It's a full-blown awakening to the truth, to who you truly are, to them. And again, this might take time for it to show up in the physical in regards to you and them reaching out because they have to figure out how to release them. Excuse me. I just burped, and that has to deal with fear. So I feel like there's a lot of fear surrounding how do I move out of these situations in order to make myself happy, and by choosing myself, so that I can move forward with my divine feminine. So again, It says deception and envy, but I feel like they know that they're deceiving themselves if they continue in this connection with these karmic partners, right? That they're doing a disservice not only to the karmic partner, but to themselves and to the connection as a whole between you and them, you know? So I'm getting that they're waking up, lifting off the mask, seeing the truth. All right, that's in the heart space. Do I want to pull actions? No, I'm not going to pull actions from that deck, but I do want to pull messages from the karmic deck to see what's going on in their connection. So Spirit, what energies or what does the masculine want us to know or is willing to let us know in regards to the karmic connections that they're in right now? What do they want us to know? Thank you. Okay, those two wanted to come out, or three. Let's see what else, Spirit. What else wants to come out? Okay, that wanted to come out too. Give me one more card. Oh, that was a lot of cards. That was a lot of cards, but I feel like this is the message. All right. I feel like right now, there's a lot of emotional manipulation going on currently in these connections. The masculine, you know how it feels that they're taking like space from you? I feel like they're not only taking space from you, because sometimes you may feel their energy come in. Sometimes you may feel like their energy is elsewhere. It's important to remember that the masculines do have their own life and they do have responsibilities and their focus can't always be on you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to you, feminine. And this is important for me to like realize myself, where it's just like sometimes I'll feel my masculine's energy and sometimes I feel it like really, really far. And then I feel my anxious like, oh my God, like I don't feel his energy type thing. And then it's just important for me to pull that energy in, to reel my energy back in and realize like he has a life outside of me. It's not just about me. Like he has responsibilities that he has to take care of throughout the day. And so do I. I need to focus on that. You know, once you do that, it's like the energy switches, right? And then you start feeling a little bit better and you realize like the lack of attention, like doesn't have anything to do with me. Because even if he's not paying attention to me, doesn't mean that he doesn't love me. It doesn't mean that he doesn't care for me. He does, you know? And these are the things that you have to continue to like remind yourself so that you can rewire your brain and release those anxious tendencies, because that's what the masculine somewhat or does, you know, that's what they trigger inside of you. And that's how you realize that these things are still there, right? So the karmic energies don't know how to deal with that type of, they don't understand energy the way that you do, feminine. So what they do is that they'll feel like when the masculine is being distant, they equate it with he's going to leave me. And in this case, it could be that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm feeling. These masculines feel like they don't belong in these connections. So they're pulling their energies back because they're wanting this space to basically understand what it is that their emotions are telling them. And it's hard to do that when you have to basically split your energy and focus on another person that's physically there. So have compassion for your masculines in this sense, feminine, because it's like you've went through your awakening and you've been able to heal and go through your spiritual teachings and all of that and feel your emotions and like not have to worry about a karmic partner. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to worry about that guilt because you're not attached to someone else. They have to deal with this in the only way that they know how to do it, is what I'm getting at, you know? So they feel right now like, I feel like they're realizing currently that they are being emotionally manipulated by these karmic partners. Something that I feel like they sensed in the past, but now they're realizing like this person does this every time that I like try to like take space for myself. they'll cry, or they'll pout, or they'll be emotional, like passive aggressive, and make them feel like they're doing something wrong, when in reality they're really trying to just figure out what their emotions are telling them. And it's hard to do that, is what I'm getting at, with having to be responsible for somebody else's feelings. So, all right, Spirit, let's see. What's here? So this card came out. It says we are on a high, the honeymoon stage. And what I'm getting is that there's conflicting energies here, you see? So it says we're on a high. And then it says we broke up for good. I asked her to move out, cut ties. What I'm getting is that this honeymoon stage, because you know how they say that the honeymoon stage lasts for about typically 3 months, and like then you realize the truth behind certain things. That's what I'm picking up with this energy. I feel like the honeymoon stage is pretty much done for good this time. And that's the thing. With these karmic connections, it's a constant roller coaster of highs and lows. So they will have these honeymoon stages, and then make up, and then go back to doing the same thing, you know, the same rat race. And then it's like, okay, now I'm not feeling it anymore. And this time, I feel like the masculines have realized this pattern, and they're like, I'm really not feeling it anymore, you know, because they are realizing that this is a pattern. I feel like in the past, they would have just disregarded it because it was just, you know, easier to continue than go through the chaos of breaking up and going through that. But I feel like now there's an energy here of, it's funny because I'm looking at this card now. I didn't really look at it. And it says, I don't want to fight to make the connection between her and I work anymore. What was I saying with this I can't even pick up the card, but you know, the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. It was the first card. It's the energy that he's in, right? And this is the energy right dead in the center. I don't want to fight to make this connection between her and I work anymore. In other words, I don't want to continue to put my effort into it, is what I'm getting. And then it says, retaining. I am not letting sex rule my world. I am not allowing myself to be tempted by her anymore. And that's what I feel like these karmics do. When the masculines pull their energy back and they're a little bit distant because they're processing what they're feeling, these karmics will use sex to seduce them in a sense. Because I feel like in the past it would have worked, and now it's not working. So it says, her and I are not being intimate with one another. I don't want her to touch me or kiss me. So it's like that energy of like flinching. Like when somebody like touches you and like they could feel like your energy kind of like pull back. And these karmics are not stupid. They're intuitive. But I feel like they're also like enabling this behavior. I feel like they know it's pretty much like the masculines are like, yes, they may be together physically, but I feel like they know or they sense and feel that these masculines are elsewhere. You know, that's pretty much what's coming through. Oh, wow. I just picked up the deck, right? And the card that's staring at me, and it stayed behind. It says, disassociating. I'm here, but my mind is elsewhere. And she knows. What was I just saying? That's, wow. Okay. Okay, so I pulled my little numbers from my last, from this deck. And these are the masculine messages to you, basically, feminine, to confirm that you're not going crazy. I have not looked. I just pulled the numbers. So I want to see what your masculine wants to tell you right now. I have these numbers again for those of you that don't know, because this deck is very hard to shuffle and like 5-6 cards come out at a time. So it's better for me to just take the numbers out and just pull the cards as is. So bear with me. Let's see what the masculines want you to know, feminine. 29. 23. 59, 45. I feel like an auctioneer. 27. Damn, they had a lot to say today. They did. Normally I'll pick like 3 cards, but we have 6 cards today. 27. And 33. Okay. All right, let's see what they want to tell you. You know what? Before I start, Spirit just reminded me to pull from this deck. And I want to pull overall energy of the connection between you and your masculine. So let's see, Spirit. What is the overall energy of the connection between the divine masculines and divine feminines that I'm currently channeling for? What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Thank you. If that's the card that I think it is because it was staring at me, yes, it was that card. I literally saw this card and I was like, I'm not going to take it, even though Spirit, and it jumped out of the deck. Okay. So it says surrender. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. You see, so this is telling you, feminines, as you let go and surrender to this connection because you already know how your masculine feels for you and you trust this without having to do absolutely anything but just be the amazing divine feminine that you are and just trust that God is handling this in its own way and that it will come together in the way that it's meant to when it's meant to at the right time. As you let go and you surrender, the masculine does the same in the connections that they're in. And I feel like because you know that your masculine now, without a doubt, is your divine counterpart and twin flame, it's easier for you to trust without needing the reassurance from them. You get what I'm saying? It's easier for you to trust that they are your person without you needing that because you can feel it in your heart that they're your person. And now that's what's happening in their life. They feel it too. They feel it without a doubt that you are their person in this lifetime, that you are a gift from God, that God gifted you to them. And as you release this doubt and you trust in this divine energy that's pulling you guys together, they release everything else around them that's not meant for them on this path. I just got chills. Okay, let's see. So it says hopeful. I hope that we can both explore our interests and passions together, supporting and encouraging one another each step of the way. And look, it fell on top of the honeymoon stage. So I feel like this ties into that honeymoon energy where it's like in these connections, in these divine connections, the honeymoon stage never ends. It just continues to get stronger and stronger. And yes, I'm not saying that there will not be conflicts along the way. There will be, but you guys will be able to work through them. Not like these karmic connections where it's like, let's kiss and make up from a place of lust, from a place of devilish energy. It's different with these connections. So it's like these masculines want to get to know you better. They know that your passions align in a sense, and they want to support you because it just feels right. Okay. It says, I am realizing that you are the one that I want to share my life with. I want to partner up with you. You are my life partner. Need I say more? What did I just say? Okay. I know that I have unfinished business with you and I want to explore it. They know that what you have isn't done. And they know that this pull that they're feeling, it's for a reason. And they want to explore that. I feel like in the past they would resist it. But now there's an undying energy to release things in their life currently. And cut ties and just make things right in the connections that they're in. And just remove themselves in a healthy way. So that there will not be karma attached to that. You get what I'm saying? So they want to come forward in a right way to you. without any attachments. Okay, it says, our love is a journey, not a destination. Remember this when you start to get into your head. Ground yourself, come back to the present, and be grateful for where you are and all that you have. And that ties back to the energy of what I was saying before, of like when they start pulling away and you feel their energy like, becoming a little distant, but that's because they're processing and they need their space. And you know this, because you feel it. They don't have to tell you that they need the space. And it's like they always come back. So it's just like they're basically telling you, like, come back to where you are. When you come back to where you are and where you center yourself, you realize that I live in your heart. I value your unique spirit, the way you make me feel, the way you make me feel seen and heard. I always felt safe to be my true self with you. So they feel comfortable and like they can be vulnerable with you. And in the past, I feel like that scared them. But now it's like they want to. I feel like in the past, they would open up and then they would feel super vulnerable and it would trigger a lot of emotions from them and overwhelm them and they would pull away. And now I feel like they're not able to do that in the karmic connections that they're in. And they want to feel this energy. I feel like being in these karmic connections have made them realize that that's not true safety. They're realizing that you are the true safety. And not in a negative way, but a positive way. Like a nurturing, like, you make me feel like I can be who I really am with you without judgment or anything of the sort, I'm feeling a sense of relief and excitement about my decision to move forward with our relationship. Do you see this? The energy came full circle. This is crazy. If you would like to book a reading with me, just go down to the description box and you'll find the instructions on how to do so. So if you're still here with me, I want to thank you. I feel like there's like a mic drop on this reading. Oh my God. Wow. I'm in shock. My mouth is like open. But yeah, guys, thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate it. If you would like to show some support, just like, share, subscribe, and thank you. Bye.